Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and part 3 of the Tony Kart renovation series. In this episode we're going to tackle all of the parts, so stripping down the rear axle, looking at the condition of the silencer, going over the chrome to see if there's something we can save or if we have to re-chrome everything. But first of all, I just would like to say a big thank you to everyone who watched the previous episode. And particularly the last episode where we removed all of the paint of the chassis. We got a lot of comments, suggestions and ideas of how to remove paint in the best possible way. So super nice to see that you guys got involved in the comments and discussing different ideas. Before we move along to getting into all of these parts, we actually did quite a lot of work off camera with the chassis since last time. So if you remember, we removed all of the paint in the tight spots that were left after the big work we did. And actually we sent the chassis off to the paint shop and we have received it back. So with no further ado, let me introduce a brand new painted Tony Kart Extreme chassis. Yeah, so isn't she a beauty? Super happy with the result. We went for the original color with the paint code 6029 called Mint Green, which is from the Tony Kart website, the original paint code for this era and possibly all through the Tony Kart era. Also, very nice that we did all of the work before, making sure we removed all of the old paint, because then we can make sure that this new paint will stick on the chassis when we throw it around the track and giving it a proper beating. The only problem with this is, with the chassis looking this good, all of the parts needs to be refurbished to fit the style of the chassis. So yeah, let's dig into it. Yeah, as you can see, the condition of the parts isn't all that bad, but to match the nice looking chassis, we need to get this up to top shape. So I think we will start with the rear axle. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the bearings of this rear axle is even worse than we thought. Listen to this. sounds more like a coffee grinder than a bearing to me. And this one, it's even hard to turn. So yeah, we were gonna get new ones either way, but for them to be this bad, I could never have imagined. Whew. Final part of the rear axle. Actually took quite some effort due to all the corrosion on the aluminium parts and the rust on the steel parts. But finally, all parts off. So let's continue to look at the condition and also remove all the surface rust and look at the straightness of the axle. Let's go. So for the hubs for the rear braking disc and the rear sprockets, these are aluminium parts which we will remove and put in this glass blaster, so not as rough as the sandblasting we used on the chassis, but a bit more gentle and will leave a very nice surface and super clean. So I would also like to bring the housing of the brake caliper to the sandblasting. So I will tear this down as well. And see also the condition of the pistons and all the parts around it. But if any of you guys know a good supplier of seals and perhaps even the pistons themselves for karts of this era, please let me know in the comments. It would help so much to have a good supplier or a company that provides parts for classic karts basically. Okay guys, so the first batch is done in the glass blasting. Looks really nice and turned out even better than I would have anticipated. We also put some protective parts to protect the surfaces of the pistons in the caliper. So we will address these a little bit later to make the surface as new again. The next part will be the silencer, as you can see, in really bad condition as well. We have some corrosion rust on the outside, a few dents underneath here, and the end pipe is supposed to be chrome, but it isn't as of now. We will also put this one in the sandblasting to remove all the rust on the outside, but also all the carbon buildup on the inside, to make sure we get all of the power from the engine out once on track, so we don't have all the carbon inside here disturbing the flow of the exhausts going through here. So yeah, let's go to the bench and tear this thing apart. Moving on to the chrome parts, or the chrome bits for the kart. They are not in such bad condition. I think we can actually manage to save some of them by just polishing them and removing the surface grime. So let's take a closer look and see how we can go about it. Okay, so even though these ones are really cool with the original stickers and the cool shape, these ones needs to be switched out to new ones. So if any of you guys watching know where I could buy close to original, the shape here, any company that sells these. Please let me know in the comments, it would be really helpful. But these will serve as a really cool art piece on the wall later on. And yes guys, we got a really nice visit here in the workshop. So this is my girlfriend Ellen, or my fiancée Ellen. Welcome. Yeah, look at that.
Okay, as you can see, there is a lot of things that's starting to look clean now, and they look so much better now. But we still have a lot of things left. So my suggestion is that we continue with the pedals. We start with cleaning them, and then I think we can see if they need to be re-chromed or not. So let's go.
Okay guys, so we have gone over all of the chrome parts and actually managed to save quite a few of them. So we managed to save the steering rod, the front hubs, the pedals turned out really nice, mount for the seat, and of course the rain rod, which goes in the middle. Really nice, and a few other bits and pieces. Whereas for the rods for the side bumpers and for the rear bumper, so to speak, they need to be re-chromed. It's not possible to save them, unfortunately. Some have welds, new welds on them, and the corrosion is just too bad to polish out with some simple metal polish, or as you saw on the polishing machine. So these will need to be re-chromed. But overall, very nice to be able to save some of the parts, to keep the original chrome, but also not to go all out on the budget and spend it all on chrome. So super nice. And yeah, let's continue. Okay, so I've done some thinking while I was polishing the chrome parts, and I'm not quite sure how I should go about these other aluminium parts. Because from the way I see it, we have two options. Either we keep them as clean and nice as they are now with the bare aluminium finish, or we go for the typical Tony Kart color, which is this gold chroming or gold anodizing. I'm not sure about the exact English term. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should we go for a gold chrome finish throughout all of the parts? Should we leave some of them out, or should we keep the nice fresh looking aluminium finish? Yeah, it would be really interesting to know your thoughts and ideas on this. Okay guys, so we have reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end. And through this small journey we did in this episode, we started out by introducing the newly painted chassis. Then we continued with tearing down the rear axle and putting some of the parts in the glass blasting machine, saving a few of the chrome bits, and of course taking care of the extremely disgusting silencer. So now it's clean and ready to be repainted and fitted to the kart once it's ready. Now once we have disassembled the whole kart and every piece, we know what to order: spare parts for the brakes, new bearings and so forth. So until next episode, I will try to order as much parts as possible so we can start the mounting of all the new parts on the chassis. And of course, the most important part, the engine. That is coming up in future episodes, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video and this content, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss out on the next episode where we start mounting all the new parts on this refurbished Tony Kart Extreme chassis. Thank you very much, and until next time, take care.